You know, I was really hoping that this was a video that I wasn't going to have to make, but here I am, making it anyway. Yesterday, DICE unveiled their brand new cosmetic microtransaction system for Battlefield 5, and it threw the game back into yet another state of controversy. In this video, I'm going to cover off what it is that DICE launched and the systems that they're using, and then I'll give my opinion and how I think that DICE can improve this situation. Right now, it's not looking good. Okay then, so yesterday, DICE added brand new cosmetic items to the armory for pretty much the first time since the game launched. New common, uncommon, rare and epic items like full soldier outfits, face paints and weapon skins. All of those got thrown in there. The armory also got a bit of a facelift at the same time, so it's now much easier to see the items that are in there. DICE also activated Battlefield 5's premium currency, Battlefield currency, or what we're all affectionately calling Boins. They activated that yesterday as well, giving players another way to get cosmetic items in the game. Now the prices for these are shown on the screen now, and a few starter packs are added as well. They include a few cosmetic items and Battlefield currency bundled together. All the common, uncommon and rare items are available for company coin and the new Battlefield currency, whereas epic items, the current top tier items available in the armory, are only available for Battlefield currency, so you have to pay real world money for those things. Some added information that we now have that wasn't released at the same time as this update comes from community manager Jeff Braddock, and it says that epic items that you see in the armory aren't the only epic items in the game right now, and there will be opportunities for you to earn epic items just by playing the game rather than spending real money to get them. Epic items will be included in the chapter rank rewards, weekly Tides of War assignments, class max rank and weapon max rank as well. Now this is info we didn't have at the time yesterday, which has now come to light, so I just wanted to add that in so that you're all clear on the current situation. Now, the footage you're watching in the background is of me just buying all the stuff in the store, basically. I bought about £70 worth of Boins with my own money, and I just went through and I just bought everything. I'm fully aware that I am the 0.1% of players that are going to do this, and most people either won't buy cosmetics at all, or they're just going to buy one or two things that they really like. But that brings me nicely onto the first major issue that I currently see with this system that DICE has set up here. You're unable to get your hands on top tier epic cosmetics unless you spend real world money. Now, I think this is a big mistake, and it's a bit of a slap in the face to dedicated players who've stuck with Battlefield 5 through all the other controversies that have preceded this one. A lot of players were under the impression that because of this chart released in a blog on the Battlefield website, that cosmetics in Battlefield 5 could be obtained using company coin, the grind currency. You can see the two different currency boxes at the top, and you can see two lines connecting to the cosmetic items box. This, to me, says I'm going to be able to either grind my way to those cosmetic items by completing missions, assignments, and playing matches and obtaining company coin, or I can lay down some cash and I can get my hands on those cosmetics in a slightly different way. That sounds fair enough to me, but no, that isn't the case. The situation has changed. Those elite cosmetic characters that we talked about yesterday, there's a couple of pictures on the screen for you. I think their names are Seamus and Ernst. They're not available yet, but they're like a step above epic. They're even more rare, so to speak, but they are complete unique character sets, and they come with voice acting, brand new voice acting, an end of round animation, and a unique melee weapon as well. Those things I can totally understand being purchasable only with real world money, or Boins, because those have clearly had a lot of time and effort put into them, so I kind of get that stance. But these epic items, the pink ones that you see in the store, those, I think, should be available for company coin. Players who've been playing for 5 or 5.5 months or so since the game launched, they've banked a lot of company coin waiting for these cosmetic items. and now that they're here, they're being locked out of using the company coin on the best items that are currently available, and they're having to settle for lower tier items instead, the uncommon, the common, and the rare items. I think that's a pretty poor way to repay the dedicated players of Battlefield 5. I mean, these are epic tier skins, so the prices in company coin should be set higher than rare and uncommon and things like that, say 25 to 35,000 company coin or something, to really set them apart from the rest of the cosmetics below them, but to completely cut out the players who've grinded and achieved a lot in the game so far by not letting them use that company coin they've earned on these high tier items, that's just leaving a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm actually really disappointed that DICE decided this is what they wanted to do. DICE is kind of restricting player choice and freedom with this decision. I understand that the point with a cosmetic microtransaction system is to make money for the studio so that future content can be funded. And so the incentive to get players to spend money on items, that definitely needs to be there because, well, they have to make some money. But restricting player choice by cutting out the grind currency to high tier items is just not the way to do that. The way to do it is to embrace player choice and balance the grind currency and the premium currency appropriately. Players either have time to grind for items or they have the money to buy items. And if you support both paths equally, in a fair way, I think that would have yielded a much better response from the community overall. By cutting out the grind currency from high-tier cosmetic items, players are being forced to spend real-world money if they want high-tier cosmetics. Some players don't mind spending more money, but other players do, and it's those people that do that are now being hit by this. So instead, give players the choice, and don't force them to take a path that they don't want to take. And I can almost guarantee that had you have given players the choice, you would have got a much better response overall to this system being introduced into the game. Something else I want to mention here, and this is rather confusing considering this game comes from the same developer. Star Wars Battlefront 2 also features a cosmetic microtransaction system, and in that game, all items are available with the grind currency, regardless of what tier of rarity they are. That grind currency is called credits, and the premium currency called crystals can be bought for real-world money, and you can buy all the cosmetics that way if you want to as well. So DICE, the same development studio, already has a working, functioning cosmetic microtransaction system in another game that they're still working on, and they chose not to replicate that system here in Battlefield 5. Why did they do that? Okay, Battlefront 2 had a really bad start to life with the pay-to-win controversy, but once the cosmetic system launched, DICE got it right. They allowed players to either play for grind currency and obtain cosmetics that way, all the cosmetics in the game, or they could spend some money and get them all unlocked right away. Why did DICE not simply take that system and implement it here into Battlefield 5? It's really confusing to me that they had a system that was well received, and for whatever reason, they chose not to implement it into their current game and offer their players something fair and balanced as well. I'm really confused why they didn't do that. Now, I'd like to think that DICE is already hearing the feedback on this from the core community and is considering changing their stance, because I really do feel that players who've stuck with Battlefield 5 through that rough launch, the TTK debacle, the lack of post-launch content, all the delayed patches we've had, the bugs, oh my god, all the bugs that we've had, and everything else besides, I think those players might have just about reached the end of their tether now, and I myself, I am really disappointed that they decided to launch with this as their cosmetic microtransaction offering. I actually quite like a lot of the soldier outfits that they've released. They're different from the stuff that we've been using for 5 months now, and like you've seen, I've bought them all already, and I don't have an issue with the quality of the content that they're offering, but it's the way they've chosen to position it with regards to company coin and Battlefield currency. They're not allowing players the freedom to choose, and they're forcing people to spend real-world money when other games, developed by the same studio, don't do that. I really do think DICE needs to take a look at this, and I think they need to make a change. If they do, they'll salvage this situation and I think we can all move on as a community. If they don't, then I feel that some players will just give up on Battlefield 5 altogether. But there you are, those are my thoughts on the current situation. Let me know yours down below in the comments section, and drop this video a like if you enjoyed it. But until next time, my name is Westie, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.